Good morning all of you. Welcome back to a course SOP Computing. So our today's topic of video is fuzzy if then rules. So in the last video we discussed about fuzzy operators and fuzzy properties. So in today's video we are going to discuss about fuzzy if then rules. See, first of all we understand why there is a need of fuzzy if then rules. See, fuzzy if then rules are very important. It is also called as a fuzzy implications. These are very important when we design a fuzzy inference system or fuzzy system, because without rules that fuzzy system will not able to work. Just we take a simple example of a washing machine. Do you know that in washing machine fuzzy logic is used? Now your question is that how, where fuzzy logic is used. Now let's try to understand how fuzzy logic is used in a washing machine. Nowadays your washing machine is very smart. If you are just putting the cloth into machine, automatically it prompts you to add particular amount of detergent. It automatically prompts you how much amount of water it required, means it takes the water it required. But how it will decide? Do you know how your washing machine is taking decision that how much amount of detergent to take, how much amount of water is to be take? How that thing is decided? So that is based on the rule, means depending upon the dirtiness of the cloth. You are putting the cloths into the machine, so based on the dirtiness of the cloth and based on the weight of the cloth, it decide how much amount of detergent and how much amount of water it requires. So for that purpose what you required? You required a fuzzy rule, that suppose that much is dirt, then you require that much detergent. If the weight of the cloth is that much, that you require that much amount of water. So these kind of rules are already being embedded, and based on this your washing machine is taking the decision. So in case of embedded system, most of the time you may find that fuzzy logic is being used. Only thing is that we should know how fuzzy logic is used in a various electronic appliances. So I just given the example. So for that purpose fuzzy logic, fuzzy if then rules, or you can say fuzzy implication, is important to understand. Now let's understand the basic things of fuzzy if then rules. So fuzzy if then rules is also called as a fuzzy implication, or you can say it is a fuzzy rule, or you can say fuzzy conditional statement. Now let's try to understand what is a general format for fuzzy if then rules. So in case of fuzzy if then rules, what you have, if x is a then y is b. So in this case x is a and y is b, this is called preposition. Okay, x is a and y is b, these are the preposition. Now let's try to understand this preposition. What is x over here? X is a element of fuzzy set A, y is a element of fuzzy set B. Already we discussed what is a fuzzy set. Okay, we are saying that A is a fuzzy set and B is a fuzzy set, where x is a element of fuzzy set A and y is a element of fuzzy set B. And here we have two preposition, and in order to represent the relationship between two preposition, what we required a fuzzy rule, and this is a general format in order to represent the fuzzy rule. Okay, so in this case we have two parts. Okay, this is a if part and this is a then part. So if part is called as a antecedent or premise, which tells about the fact. Okay, this thing you should know. This first part is known as antecedent or premise, and it tells about fact. Particular fact we have to represent, that is being represented by antecedent or premise, where second part, that means then part, is called as a consequent or conclusion. Okay, it represents the conclusion for this particular fact. What is a conclusion? If part represent the fact, whereas then part represent the conclusion, what it derives, and it is a relationship between the preposition. Okay, and this fuzzy rule is represented by this particular representation. A implies B. What is the meaning of implication? If you know the rules on discrete mathematics, you know that implication is used to represent the if then. Whenever we need to represent the if then else, at that time we need to use the implication. A implies B. What is the meaning of this? If A occurs, if A occur, then B also occurs. Means if that particular condition satisfy, then we take this particular action. Okay, in this case we are saying that first part is antecedent, or it represents the fact, and for this fact we are coming to this particular conclusion. So this is how fuzzy if then rules are there. Now let's take a example to understand this. I already told you what is the importance of fuzzy if then rules. Fuzzy if then rules are very important while designing a fuzzy inference system. In the next video we are going to discuss about fuzzy inference system. There you understand what is the use of fuzzy rule. Fuzzy rule play a very important role, and according to that fuzzy rule your fuzzy inference system works. Now let's take an example of fuzzy if then rules. Here I have taken for example, if the pressure is high, then volume is small. So pressure is high, it is called as a premise, whereas volume is small, it called as a conclusion. Similarly, another rule is there, if the road is slippery, then driving is dangerous. Again, first part is what? Antecedent, and second part is conclusion. Third example, if tomato is red, then it is ripe. If the speed is high, then apply the brake. Okay, so these are the fuzzy rule. This can use in different fuzzy system, and these if then rules are the base for fuzzy reasoning. Okay, fuzzy reasoning means you have to take a decision, and in order to take a decision you need to use particular rules. So this is what a fuzzy rule. It is also called as a fuzzy implication, or it is also called as a fuzzy conditional statement. Now next thing is matrix representation of this fuzzy if then rules. Okay, just we see the matrix representation of first example, that is if the pressure is high, then the if temperature is high, then pressure is low. Okay, for this we are representing this. Simple rule is there, if the temperature is high, then pressure is low, because we know that as the temperature increases, pressure value decreases. So in order to represent this, we have this matrix form. Now let's take this. This is a temperature, this is a fuzzy set for temperature. Here first value represent the element, and second value represent the its membership. Okay, 20 is a element, it is a value of a temperature, and 0.1 represent the membership value. We already understand what is a membership function, so that 0.1 is represent the membership value of that particular temperature. So this 20 is a temperature, 0.1 is a membership value, 25 is a temperature, 0.2 is a membership value. Similarly, in case of a pressure, I can say 4 is a pressure value, whereas 0.4 is a what? It's a membership value of this. Okay, first value represent element, and second value represent the membership value. Now how this matrix is formed? Okay, this matrix is formed by using Cartesian product. Means we need to take a Cartesian product of this T and P, T cross P. Cartesian product operation is represented by cross. So how will you represent it? T cross P. T is a temperature, P is a pressure, T cross P. Okay, and this cross, that is a Cartesian product operation. So on this row side we have taken temperature, and the column I have taken the pressure. Now how this 0 point value comes? Okay, so Cartesian product of 20 to 4. So this 20 is 4, means in order that in Cartesian product every row of first element is combined with every another element of another set. Okay, that means this first value compared with this, first value compared with this, first value compared with this, then this second value compared with this, this one, this one, this one, then third value compared with this, this and this. Likewise you obtain this value. First of all, this 20 is compared with this. So what we are comparing? We are comparing their membership value. That membership value represent the bond, kind of bond exists between this temperature 20 and pressure 4. Okay, so between these two, which one is low? 0.1 is low, that's why here I have taken the 0.1. Now you're saying that why you have taken the low, why you have not taken the maximum? Because Cartesian product just like a intersection, and in case of intersection what we are taking the minimum. So in case of minimum, what we have 0.4 and 0.1, which one is minimum? 0.1 is minimum, that's why we have taken it. Similarly, when we compare this with this, which one is minimum? 0.1 is minimum. Compared with this, which one is minimum? 0.1 is minimum. Now second element of first set compared with all the elements of second set, 0.2 is compared with 0.4, which one is minimum? 0.2 is minimum. Between these two, 0.2 is minimum. Between these two, 0.2 is minimum. Then third element can be compared with this, with which element is small? 0.3 is minimum. So likely we got 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. So in this way we have formulated the matrix between this temperature and the pressure. So this in this way this fuzzy rule is represented with the help of this particular matrix, and this matrix will help us to understand the value. Suppose you provide this kind of temperature, what should be the value of pressure? Means what kind of membership, what kind of bond exists between this value of temperature and the pressure. So this is how fuzzy if then rules are represented. So I hope you understand what is a general format to represent fuzzy if then rules, and what is the importance of fuzzy rule. Fuzzy rule play a very important role in the design of fuzzy inference system. So in the next video we discuss about what is fuzzy inference system, how fuzzy rules can be used in fuzzy inference system. Thank you.